Good morning, people. It's about 12:30, midnight, Monday morning, after midnight, and I think I just had a dream of the fake rapture. It was kind of neat looking. Um, it was at the tail end of a much longer dream. I was walking along the streets with two of my brothers, and the skies were blue, and they had scattered clouds everywhere. There was just as many clouds as there was blue sky. And we both looked up in the sky to our right, and we saw a long cloud, and we saw what looked like a lady in the cloud. Um, she had a long dress, almost like a robe, but she didn't have any hair. In fact, she looked pretty much like a mannequin. And then we looked to our left in the sky, and we saw about 12 more of these people. And you could tell the difference between a man and a woman, but they didn't have any faces. They just had the gowns on, the robes, and we could also see angels too, similarly dressed, but their wings were flapping, and they were just kind of flying all over the place. But they didn't have any sort of glow to them. They didn't look glorious. They looked fake. They looked artificial. And then in the dream, I said, "This is it. This is the rapture." And then in the dream, I wondered, how come we didn't hear the trumpet? And then that's when we heard what sounded kind of like a trumpet, but it was a really lame version of a trumpet. It sounded more like the horn of a semi truck. It only sounded out twice, and it sounded really weak, and it sounded like it was coming way off in the distance. It didn't sound like it was echoing throughout the whole sky. And then by that time, there were other people in the streets as well. And I was looking around, and I was wondering, how come we don't see anybody changing? How come we don't see anybody rising up in the sky? All we could see was just these people, or these angels, and these other people, all looking like plastic, just moving from one end of the sky to the other end of the sky. Um, it seemed fake because it happened on 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 just a regular day with blue skies, and I think it's probably what this Project Blue Beam, this fake rapture thing, is going to look like. Just a bunch of fake people flying in the sky with fake angels just moving from one end to the other, and then somehow they're going to make some sort of loud kind of trumpet noise. And then I woke up when I was thinking in the dream, okay, we're not changing. Me and my family are not changing. Do we have to pray to change? Do we have to beg to change? And that was when I woke up. So it looked really cool seeing all these figures in the sky, but at the same time, it didn't feel really glorious. So I believe that was just I don't know if you can call it a warning dream or just a dream of insight as to how fake the fake rapture is going to look like. Whether it happens before the real rapture or after the real rapture, I have no idea. But the people that were flying in the sky, they weren't going upwards. They were just flying in a particular direction. Um, yeah, I guess that's about it. They look really artificial. They look like mannequins. They had a kind of movement that you'd think people would have, but again, they just looked fake. They just looked artificial. So that's it. Just a short fake rapture dream. But I look forward to the actual rapture, the real rapture, when it does happen. And I hope it happens before the fake rapture, because the fake rapture, it just wasn't convincing. I personally believe that this Project Bluebeam, the fake rapture, is going to happen after the real rapture, and that the Antichrist and his cohorts will use the fake rapture to try and prove that they were the ones that caused the real rapture. Because if the fake rapture happens, all the believers are not going to be convinced. But all the people, the regular people, the unbelievers, they will look at it as though it were something real, even though it looks so phony. It looks so phony. So anyway, that's it. The Lord hasn't given me a dream in a while, and I'm glad He did with this one. So I'm going to call this a warning dream, or a dream of insight about the fake rapture, because it looked really cool, yeah, but it didn't feel glorious or anything. So that's it. Be a blessing wherever you are in internet land and YouTube world. Jesus will be here sooner rather than later. So stay in prayer, take care, and we'll see you in Jesus' kingdom somewhere over there, or maybe somewhere up in the air, for real. Okay, Jesus rules.